Hey YouTube land, Anders here doing another action figure review. Now this time, I know I'm a bit late doing reviews. It's been a week since I posted anything. And usually I post a video at least once a week. Unfortunately last week I was super busy and the weather wasn't great and stuff. Well, at the time of people watching this recording, if you watch it when I post the videos, you'll see there was a week gap, but you know, it depends on when you're watching it. But I had recorded half a video for a figure that I had picked up, and then realized that I was missing one of the key accessories for it, so I spent the rest of the day looking for it, and then by the time I realized I still couldn't find it, most of the day was gone and I didn't get a chance to finish off recording the video. But I will at some point get back to that video and just start again and record it. It was actually the Retro Wave G.I. Joe Cobra Officer. I had picked one of them up, and let me just add some extra light on here. I'd picked one of them up and I was missing his submachine gun accessory that he has. I did have it with him, I just don't know where it's gone. So anyway, that's beside the point. Today we are reviewing two figures from the Masters of the Universe Origins line, and these are the ones for new for 2021, which is the final two figures of wave 4, 5, I want to say. I can't remember which wave this is. It's the one with the green goddess, or aka the Eternian Goddess and Beastman, who I've already reviewed because I was able to get these locally. But these two figures, they never had in stock locally, so I had to wait for my Big Bad Toy Store order to arrive. So I had the whole wave ordered on Big Bad Toy Store, so I have duplicate of Eternian Goddess and the Lords of Power style Beastman, but I will sort out something for those at some point. Anyway, without further ado, we'll go on to the boxes. As you can clearly see which figures these are, it's Stinkor and Webstor. So the boxes are the same kind of classic homage to the original line. For Stinkors, it says product has real smell, it's fun. Then if I flip around to the back of the box, you can see the other figures in the line. So again, it shows that He-Man and Skeletor as part of this wave with the classic heads, like the vintage toy heads, as opposed to the newer style Origins heads. And then you have a twist into the powerful battle positions and smell attack, smell for odor attack, and you have a kid looking repulsed at the smell. And then I know it's upside down or sideways, but then you have a artwork, very nice artwork, that has Mossman versus Stinkor, which are the classic two scented figures from the original line, which means we will eventually be getting a Mossman. Hopefully they won't go the same route that they did with Panther, where they have a regular version of Panther with no flocking, and then do a limited edition one, which was, I think, was Walmart exclusive, or flocked version of him. Hopefully straight out the gap, Mossman will be flocked, I'm hoping. So, or at least I'd say most of the collectors in this series are hoping for that as well. Webstor has Make Him Climb Up His Line is the gimmick on this one. You also have the modern posing retro play stuff. Again, you have the same 6 figures on the back. Then you have pull down gently to make him climb, attach hook on line. And then for his one, you have him in a kind of a, I'm not sure, is it a tree, it was a forest, or it looks more like caves, a cavern system with honeycombs on it. So I'm assuming it's supposed to be Buzz-Off's species, basically natural habitat or something along those lines. But you do see Buzz-Off, He-Man and Webstor, and we already know that Buzz-Off, in fact, some people have already got their hands on him for the next wave after this one, which has Jitsu, Buzz-Off, and I can't remember the other two characters in, but there's 2 other characters. So we know Buzz-Off is definitely in the line. So moving on to the figures. Now the figures themselves are pretty much reuses of the Skeletor body. Well, the Skeletor arms and feet. So as you can see, both of them have the same feet design. In fact, pretty much the whole lot of them are the same. The only difference is the paint apps or the way the plastic is molded. You can even see that the hands sorry, you can even see that the hands and arms are the same, the forearms. So, as I said, the only difference is the paint apps, head usage, the gear that they come with. So this is Mechanics. This is the same use as Mechanics gear for Stinkor. Webstor does come with a blaster, which is quite nice. Stinkor is a bit lax on his accessory. He only comes with one shield, which can fit into either hand, which is the same how the original figure came. He only had a shield as well, but when Classics came around, they kind of gave Stinkor a bit of an upgrade. I think it was inspired by the 2000X line. So Stinkor ended up with a the best way to put it was a kind of stink gun thing that would fire. I think you could utilize his odor, or he was like a chemist, so he was able to concoct odors and stuff like that and use them as weapons, so he was able to fire them. The other thing that the Classics one has, which this one doesn't have, is a tank. He'd have a kind of scuba tank type thing on his back, so he was able to I think he was able to either repel his own smell, or he was able to use it. I can't remember exactly what. Webstor is pretty much on par with how he looked in Classics. The only difference is the figure is obviously taller and has more detailing. This one is more based on the original figure. The harness on this one appears to be more solid plastic than the kind of rubberized plastic that Stinkor's one is. I love the head sculpt on Webstor. That kind of pig nose spider head type thing with the teeth and tusks coming out is really, really cool. And he does have that gimmick. Now, I will say to be wary of the gimmick on this one, because I have seen people say that the string has come off, or the hook and the tab thing has come off the strings on some of theirs, and then the string went into the backpack, and it's a pain to get that out. But basically what you do is you pull down on it and he goes up. Mine doesn't go really far all the way up to the hook, it kind of stops halfway, but if you kind of tug on it, he will go down. Again, they have all the same articulation as standard Masters of the Universe. So you have the Origins line. So the arms rotate around, you can pop them out, you can pop them off at the waist. There is a waist swivel, heads are on ball joints, you get great range of movement, especially for Webstor. Not so much on Stinkor, and I'll get into that in a second. Single jointed elbow with a rotation, a hand with hand with wrist rotation. I will say, if you feel that the joints are kind of sticking on these, when you get them out of the boxes, put them straight into hot water to loosen that up instead of forcing it, because sometimes you can break the joints. I've seen people where they've overstressed the knee joint and it's snapped on them, or they've overstressed the hip joint and that has snapped on them, so just be wary of that. Again, hips can do splits, forward, back, knee joint, single knee joint with a rotation. There is a boot cut swivel. The boots are intended to pop off, so you could, in theory, if you want to give dark purple boots to Stinkor, you can do that, or to Skeletor, you can do that. I have seen people use this guy as a base for customizing a kind of more cartoon accurate style Hordak, by giving him the Hordak armor, giving him the Hordak head, and I think they swapped out the arms, and then the legs are on a hinge and an ankle hinge and swivel, so you have kind of a rocker thing for that. Now for the Stinkor, again, all the same articulation. The only difference is the head is a bit more, it is on a ball joint. I have some paint blemishes on mine. The head is a reuse of Merman's, which is what the original figure had anyway. In the 2000X line, they kind of made an extra head sculpt for it, so you had an optional head which had more skunk-like appearance, which is what this guy is supposed to be, hence why he's supposed to stink. But overall, he's pretty much a very nice figure. He has really nice black and orange, striking black and orange deco. Again, as I said, the web gear, or the armor piece, is a reuse of the one that comes with Mechanic. So eventually I would imagine we will get to see a Mechanic figure along the line. I'm not sure how they'll do the neck gimmick. The Classics one had poppable things where it would pop out, but seeing as guys like Roboto were able to kind of keep their gear, their gimmick. They might do a gimmick style body with a mecha neck and have this armor over it. So hopefully they'll do something like that. We'll just have to wait and see how it comes out. But overall, really good figures. I do recommend picking them up if you can get them. Oh, and they do come with, before I forget, they do come with the comic. Now, because these are the American release versions, it's the comic with the actual speech bubbles, which is quite good, so you can actually tell what's going on. Whereas the European version of these comics, they omit all the speech bubbles. So it's kind of annoying that in some of the more complicated kind of storylines that they're trying on these, you have no idea what's going on with the characters. So there you go, guys. There is a quick video review for Origins, Stinkor, and Webstor. Hope you enjoy this quick video. As I say in my videos, please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. And I'll try and get more video content up and out there. So cheers, guys.